Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Middle Distance Stitchers.
Or episode 1 of the Middle Distance Stitchers.
Or episode 1. We are only one time zone apart right now, which is very
abutting provinces.
Yeah.
They abut.
Yes. Yeah, Megan is in Manitoba and I'm still in Toronto. So we thought we'd do a little quick mid-month update.
Hello, surprise.
Just to take advantage of our close proximity. Yeah. What have you been working on? Some travel?
I have been working more than vacationing. So I have not gotten as much done as I thought I would, while being away from home. But I have worked. I have 2 whips and a new start. So
beautiful.
I will share sort of chronologically. So I have been working on my Ink Circles Round Robin. This is Pedal Pushers. So this is Mandy Stitching Bee's project. And so I had done all the outlines before I left, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be spending so much time in the car. I'll get so much done. No, I spent the majority of that time on Zoom for meetings for work in the car. Fantastic.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, so I started putting in some of the blue, but I haven't even finished the 3rd color yet. I have 2 colors done, and like, I forget how many there is. There's a lot more to go, right? But it is still a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed working on it, and I do have more driving time coming up, but I also might have more Zoom at the car meetings. We shall see. I am imminently awaiting confirmations of things. I bet they're going to come in last minute tomorrow, because that's how things go. Yeah. I have also been working on my Necessity from Shaded Stitchery. So this was a Leo and Roxy Shaded Stitchery collaboration, or Roxy Floss Co, not Leo and Roxy. The tags still mostly say Leo and Roxy, so that's what I'm saying. But Nuri designed the pattern using the Roxy floss. Carrie had floss and fabric, and then there was company bags from Evertote if you wanted them. So, all 3 of them together. I just got the floss pack, and I'm stitching this. It is a Brennan needle fabric, the name of which escapes me, and I do not have in front of me. It is a 28 count even weave, and I have been stitching it 1/1. With all the called for flosses, except my pack is missing a color, and I need to go back and look if that's on purpose or if I need to follow up with them. I don't know. But
where did you put it?
It's a color that needs 19 stitches. So yeah, I cannot recall if there was a purposeful thing there of like, oh, I don't need to buy this color, or if my pack was missing a color that I need to have. I'm sure it's somewhere. Anyways, I just had some of the border and a little bit down the other side, right? Like it was only border. And so I have done all these leaves, all the stuff. I was working on this a little bit before I left, but I did this whole hand, there is a lot of stitches in that hand, but look how good it looks.
It looks so good.
Perfection. Yeah. And then the needle. And so I'm working on the clouds. And then I am taking a page out of Michelle and Stitchy Daddy's book, and I'm going to use rainbow thread. So it starts down here, it's on the spool, and then it goes up and through the needle, through the clouds. So
did you get that same one that she got at Stitch North that girl was handing out at the end of the thing?
I have that, but I also was gonna use Bradley's balloons, which is
you have Bradley's balloons.
I have it, and I have a Kreinik in Bradley's balloons. I will test it on the fabrics first to see if the 1/1 stitching will look okay with that, and if it does, I'll do that, because then it'll be a little sparkly. But otherwise, I'll use just the regular cotton Bradley's balloon. But anyways, I have been loving this so much. I was a little worried about the clouds, but they're showing up
they look good.
Just fine. And I just really like it.
It looks so nice. I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm getting FOMO now.
If I didn't have to work so much, this would be done.
Yeah.
And then, like many of you, I am sure, I jumped on the Stitchy for Witchy start on Saturday in support of our our 310 goddess, Meg, who is fighting cancer. And so just a little community support. Everybody picked a witchy stitch pattern. Some people picked multiple to start or to work on the 12th, and then just continue to do it. Use the hashtag Stitchy for Witchy and just show Meg love while she's going through her treatment and such. So I'm stitching this on a 18 count Ada from Kaylee at the sewing shop, Kaylee 10 Stitch, called Throwback 90s. And let's see if the color is going to do it justice. No, it is a neon green with a like yellow
minty
speckle, right? Like this makes it look so subdued. It is bright. I have to figure out how to photograph it so that I can
show the actual color.
Not gonna, that washes it out more.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work. But anyways, this is the Antisocial Cryptid Club. So it's got our friend Bigfoot in the middle here. It's got Pants. I always forget what its real name is. But the Pants guy, it's got Mothman, and then it's got a couple Loch Nesses, and it says Antisocial Cryptid Club. I don't think it's a pattern that's widely available. Meg gave it to her backers a little while ago because somebody asked about it, but I don't think it's actually for sale. But it's all 310. I decided to go for a solid 310 project because I felt like that was a great way to honor Witchy Stitcher. And I got to get started on it. It's not a huge pattern, right? Like I've done a big chunk already, so I really like it, and I will continue to plug away on it. If I do manage to finish pedal pushers and still have time for car stitching, we'll see. This will be a good one too because I'm just doing it in hand with the 310. So fun.
It looks really good.
That's what I've done, and then I have a bag of all sorts of other stuff that I've brought and not touched because work. And
you're gonna go shopping tomorrow.
I am gonna go shopping. So I am in Winnipeg. I'm going to go to Lizzie B's, and I'm going to spend all the money that work pays me to work so much.
To work on your vacation. Yeah. So you'll have a lot of haul for the end of our August. Yes,
for our regular August update, I will have my Lizzie B's haul, which will be exciting.
All right. Well, since our last Flosstube, I've actually been really busy. I have finished my Revenge Orca.
Yes.
I basically just had this bottom ship, and I think just the words.
The words and a little bit of the border still, I thought.
Yeah. The bottom border. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, she's done.
It looks so good.
It does look so good. I really like it, and I really want to finish this one and the whale somehow so that I can hang them.
Okay.
Have a whale theme going.
I need to restitch it because I sent mine to Deanna. She got it.
It's your own.
No, mine, the model.
Yeah. And then I also I did some delayed pride stitching because I didn't actually stitch anything in June. And I was in a Quaker, what, I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to stitch another Quaker, and I stitched this one. This is the pansexual pride flag, which I am. And I did like a rainbow Cosmo around the outside, which I really like. I didn't even think about it when I first grabbed it, but the color of the yellow, the blue, and the pink, which matches the flag.
Oh, it lines up. Nice.
Yeah, nice. It actually worked out so good, and I didn't even realize that at the time. So yeah, so that one's done. I might do it again in a different flag because I really just like the colors of the trans pride flag, but we'll see.
Yeah,
and it was quick. It took me like 4 hours. Like it was the fastest I've ever stitched anything.
You could add it with your let's make a statement bunting. That's what I'm gonna do with some of my other patterns as a non-trans person. I figure they can just go in with the bunting and just show support that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. And then I don't think I had started this in our last video. So this is my burbs Sal for our judgy caterpillar burb Sal.
Which has about 5 alternate hashtags because nobody, including Michelle and me, could remember what it was, and we both made up new ones, and etc. etc. Any hashtag will work. Just stitch the patterns because they're great.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm like, I mean, I like these birds, and I'm gonna stitch them, but I also really like that marmalade cat, and so yeah. But this is my little start. I did like
Yay!
start. I'm starting in the middle, and I know there's some people are talking about doing just one of the birds, but I really like all of them, and I also really like all the plants. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's good. Did you get a kit like, is that Kaylee fabric? Yeah.
This is Kaylee fabric. This is 18 count. So she did the background. I got the background removed one, so it's just the
yeah, fabric stands in and does a great job. There's no point in stitching all those stitches if you don't have to.
And I'm using my Kaylee Saskatoon Berry needle minder.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And my Kaylee bag. Everything Kaylee.
So perfect.
And Brooklyn's. So that was my only start, I think. And then I finished my my Whip Go call for July, which was 10 hours on Quaker pumpkins.
You got so much done.
So I finished 2 big pumpkins and a little doodad.
Yeah.
I'm playing with the idea. Let's look at the picture. I'm playing with the idea of not doing the entire border.
Okay.
Because
there's a lot going on in that pattern. So
it's a lot of border, and I'm like, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't want to stitch that top row. And
yeah, it would be fine without it.
Yeah.
Are you doing the words?
Yeah. I like the words and I like the crows, but I might just do a single line under the like where it's like between the pumpkin.
So you'd skip the solid line.
Skip the solid line and then just do the words.
And so no bottom border and no side border.
There is no side border. Oh no, it's just a single. Yeah, it's a single stitch. Yeah, I couldn't even see it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna skip because I'm probably gonna frame it or do something with it anyway, and then
I think that's a great idea
because it's just gonna eat like black thread, and I want to use it for other things. Yeah. And so that's
spend your time stitching other things.
Exactly. And I think the thing that I like is the pumpkins, so I'll just do those and then a little bit of a anchor line, and then that'll be great. And I'm probably gonna get this out again in the fall.
It's a good time to stitch on pumpkins.
Exactly. And then I'm not quite done my Whip Go call for my merman stitching, but I did a little bit more work on him. So I started his tail and his arm.
Nice.
This line, I ripped it out 27 times because
those fractional stitches.
It was 1 stitch short and it never lined up, and I was like, I'm just an idiot. I just can't figure this out. Why can't I figure this out? And then I was like finally like, okay, you know what? Maybe there is a counting thing here. Like maybe that's why it's not lining up.
Yeah.
And so I finally realized that his elbow was just like 1 stitch too short, and that's why
everything else.
So once I figured that out, I was like, oh, this is actually not hard.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, right?
So anyway, so that's done now. And then there's like a line here to connect his tail to his torso. And then this is all just like tail.
Yeah.
But that'll be a little easier. It's a little less of the weird half stitches, 3/4 stitches, whatever. But anyway, he looks great.
He does look great.
I'm loving this fabric. This is a
beautiful.
28 count from Fangirl Fibers called Sally's Dream. And it's blue and pink and perfect for a trans merman.
It absolutely is.
And then the second last thing that I worked on was my summer Quaker.
Again, I have not touched mine since I started it, and you're just blowing along.
I just realized I'm not even like showing any pictures of anything, but we'll look.
That's fine. It's a quick update. If people really want to know, they can go back to July or they can wait for the end of August. And they will see most of these things.
We've talked about most of these millions of times, but I will show the summer Quaker because it is still fairly new. So this is summer Quaker, and the official sal for this that the Hugo Stitcher is hosting started in
Oh yeah.
August. And it's called
Mhm,
Living the
mhm.
Sunshine Sal. And so I did a little bit
I
more
brought
stitching.
mine with me. I just haven't stitched on it.
You'll find time. The good thing is you're
No,
not
I
using
won't,
your
but it's
vacation.
fine. Pardon?
I said the good thing is you're not using your vacation time.
Yeah, but then
That's not
when
good.
do I go on vacation?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my goal before putting it away was I just wanted to finish this big motif, which I did. And then I also stitched all the way down and I started the border for my square there. And I
Fantastic.
think I'm gonna try to do like across the top and then start working down so that I can
Hmm.
tackle that big square but still have like a good chunk done and then do that.
Yeah. Then do the bottom as like your reward. You go back to the Quakers after doing that full coverage center.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. It's beautiful and I love it
Yeah.
and I'm excited to stitch it, but it is gonna be a big
It
one.
will be worth the work. It's just a lot of work.
It
That's
will.
all.
That's
Like basically every other project.
it. I'm sensing a theme. All right, and then the last thing
Mhm.
that I worked on, which was my whip go call for August, which is this Aloha, which
Aloha.
I have included as a full coverage project because it is basically full coverage. Um,
Yeah,
and
it's just not a square. It
it's not a
can still
square,
be full coverage.
but it is very much full coverage. It feels like full coverage.
Mhm.
And so my goal was to do 20 hours on this because it got called twice. There was two full coverage
Okay.
squares on my whip go board, and they were both called for August. Actually, I think I have one more. I think I
As
put
happens.
I
Yeah.
think I put 3 full coverage squares on there, and I have
Mhm.
done 15 hours already. So I have 5 hours left.
How much you've gotten done. Yeah.
All I have left is there's a leaf up here, there's part of a leaf here that I have to finish, and there's some stuff down here, and that's it. I just have green left. All the other colors are finished. There's like 6
Are you
different
gonna
colors of
push
green.
through to finish it at this point?
If I can't
Yeah.
finish it in the 5 hours, I feel like I'll just finish it. But I am pretty sure I can. It's not that much left.
Mhm.
Like I've done
Yeah.
so much. And that's why I haven't
Yeah,
done
you got slowed down because of a lot of the confetti in the flowers, but now that you're through those, the
this took a long
leaves should
time.
go pretty fast. Yeah.
30 different colors just right
Yeah.
there. These took a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so close.
Mhm.
And it's my oldest it's now my oldest whip aside from my that dimensions one. So
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure I can
you
finish
got
it.
this. You can do it.
And then when I finish that, then I get to start a witchy stitcher for stitching for witchy because I really want to start one of their big ones.
Fantastic.
So
Fantastic.
that will be my reward.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
It's a
everything
good reward.
this month since
Okay.
our
Wow.
last video. So I've been very busy actually.
You've been very productive. I am very impressed. I love it.
Just mostly been
Mhm.
sitting at home.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah. I did bring over my stuff for the Lord of the Rings style that we're
you're
hosting.
gonna show us your palette.
So I knew that I had this big piece of 20 count. So this is from Roxy, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it's big enough because I didn't really want to buy another piece. And it is. It's a quarter yard, so it's even like a little too wide. So I might be able to like
Yeah.
do some breakers or something on the corner or whatever. And then I was like, I don't really want to go for like a variegated floss and like have to buy a bunch of something. So I just started like literally just like throwing floss at it. And I really like this sort of green and gold situation.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go for this is 166 and this is 783. I'm gonna have to get more of these because I think even if I do one strand, which I probably will, I think I need at least 4 of each.
Yeah. Yeah. It needs a lot of floss.
Mhm.
And it's 4 of each if you're dividing it sort of evenly, but depending on
Yeah,
what you're gonna stitch and which color, it might
which I
balance
haven't
out
really
differently. Yeah.
that much into
But
yet, but
yeah.
stay
So we
tuned.
are starting that in October. It's October 24th. Whatever day they arrive. in Rivendell is the day that we're
Oh,
starting. But hashtags are a little up in the air and to be determined because the one we thought we were going to use is banned by Instagram for inappropriate content. So if you hashtag things and you click on the hashtag, you can't see anything. So we have been, and by we, I mean Amy, Jesse, and I have been working through some things, and we have some fantastic suggestions. So this might be the Sal of many hashtags. You know, one hashtag to rule them all.
like all ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. But so hashtags will be forthcoming as we approach October. But if you're interested in joining us, there is also a bunch of us who are going to be doing knit along at the same time. There is the orange shawl, which I do not have. I think I talked about it. Did I talk about it on our last Flosstube?
I think you did.
I think so. So maybe check out July, and then I'll try and remember to talk about it.
This is the project in question, by the way.
Yes,
I was actually just looking at it.
Modern Folk Embroidery, beautiful chart. But so then the knit along as well, which I'm pretty sure I talked about because I got the yarn that I'm going to use for it. So those, so there will be a lot of crafting going on. There might be some like Discord watching of the Hobbit and then the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Director's cut only because it's how we roll. So yeah, so if you are into Lord of the Rings and you want to either stitch or knit or both your way through a project, we're trying to sort of figure out if we want to put an end date on it. And so like the time that it would take them to travel, that's how long we should take to stitch. I don't know that we want to be that constrictive, and we would never exclude anybody who doesn't want to work in a time frame. It's just a suggestion that's been put out there.
It would be fun to try.
We're going on a journey, so let's go on a journey, right? Try and get it done in that time frame, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm really excited about both of those projects. I need to get some more yarny things done, so I feel like I can take on a giant shawl, but you know, or I could just add it to the whip pile. Either way works. It's all good.
What's another whip?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Thanks for joining us for this quick update. We will be back near the end of August / start of September. We will see how that turns out. I think by the time I get home, there's only one weekend in August and then it's September anyway. I don't know. Megan and I will compare schedules and we will come back at some point in a couple weeks with a full August update. You can see how far I got on any of these 3 projects and if I managed to do anything else. I did want to do some Stitch It or Ditch It for Allie Misfit Stitch's birthday as well when I get back with some long lingering whips if I still want them or not. I don't know. When we did our whip parade, I still loved everything, but I didn't actually work on any of them, so maybe my mind will change. Yeah, I might as well try and stitch it. Even if I don't end up ditching it, then I've worked on it, which is better than a lot of those projects in the last 12 months. So,
I mean, yeah, but you finished, you started and finished a lot of things.
I have finished almost everything I have started this year. I have a couple big things that I haven't finished, but everything small, churning through. Like I'm going to be done by necessity, and that's not even necessarily a small project.
No, it's really not.
It's nice. There's a lot of open space, which is nice, but I wouldn't count it as small. So, right. So I'm churning through things like that. But I also started those projects for a reason, right? And so if they just sit there and never get finished, that might be what it is, but I also do still love them, so I should finish them so I can look at them every day.
That's the motivation. That's why I want to finish this one so bad, because I want to hang it up.
Yeah, so you can see it every time, every day when you're in your home. You
in
can see
my hallway, welcoming me when I come home every day.
Yeah. Okay, thanks everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.